Okay, guys, I just broke Infinity War forever. So, Wakanda is in East Africa. That's a known fact. So, East Africa, turn around, is right here. That's East Africa. So, this is Africa. So, here's Wakanda. And in the end credit scene for Ant-Man and the Wasp, we see them disintegrate from the snap, and they're in San Francisco. So, how is it that it can be light in Africa and before sunset, because we know what a sunset in Wakanda looks like, and also be light in San Francisco at the same time? Well, I was doing some research on time zones, and I found out that San Francisco is -7, and Wakanda is, in this part of East Africa, would be +3. So that means that there's a 10-hour difference. So this 10-hour difference there's a 10-hour difference between the two places. So that would mean that it would have to take place in a 2.5-hour window, because on May 4th, I just chose that as an arbitrary date that was around the time of release of the movie and seemed to match up with how New York or what DC, I don't know which one, would look like. And so here we have, sunrise would be 6:10, sunset would be 6:40. So it leaves a 2.5-hour window where they would both be in the light. During that time, New York or DC, doesn't matter, would be between 10:10 and 12:40, meaning the sun would be pretty high up, so sun would be like pretty high up, like, ooh, there's the sun. So then there would be shadows. But if you look at the end credit scene in Infinity War, there are no shadows. That would be like if it was 10:10 to 12. So if we look at this part of the clip, you can see that there's the shadows, and they go across like that. So if the shadows are going like this, that would mean that the sun would not be high enough up for there to be shadows on like the buildings, and you can clearly see there are no shadows on the buildings, which means that they didn't think about time zones and location on the earth for where everything would be at the moment of the snap. Also, rip those people who would be in Asia and would be asleep and would just wake up not alive, and then half of them gone. And those people who were like alone, like solitary confinement, and people in sensory deprivation tanks, that would suck. That was just quick. I ruined Marvel. I broke it. Boom. Catch you guys in the next video.